sign. That means he's hopefully not going to tie us in with Israel. He's not going to tie us in with Qatar and all the fucking crazy third world countries that we do not give a shit about and do not want to visit our country, okay? So, there's that. I wanted to go on this guy. Let's have a little look at this guy. This guy, Big Basil. There he is, old Bazzy. He's pretty good. Whoa. Look at fucking this. Rupert Lowe replying to the Reform Party. How crazy is fucking this? A rebellious Reform staffer unblocked my account and now I have waited for the right moment to strike. This is it. You have tried to put me in prison for backing mass deportations. Farage admitted it. Here's the thing, right? So what's actually happened? Reform's got a few Muslim speakers. It's got a few multiculturalism aspects to it. But the reality is they have sold out to Israel or the USA. Yeah, they've sold out to USA or Israel. How do we know that? Well, Israeli politics and policies are very pro-immigration. That's what it is. It wants to flood every Western civilized country with third worldists. That's the whole point of it. Okay? You look at all the movements, you look at all the politics, the companies, the fucking human rights lawyers. It all goes back to Jews, unfortunately for them. Unfortunately for some of them. It does. And the best lawyers in the world are Jewish. So the ECHR, whatever it is, the human rights shit, is run very well. Oh my God, it'll be... You'd have to really just say, no, fuck you. You couldn't try and win it in a fucking court case or anything like that. You're not going to win. You'd have to just say, fuck you, I'm not taking part in it, basically. And I believe Rupert Lowe is. I don't think Reform Party has, okay? All these Muslims that you see, and for any Muslim who's sort of like, oh, they got Muslims and they don't seem that bad. Those Muslims, just like Sadiq Khan, just like the rest of them, have all sold out to Israel. They're not these hardcore jihadis that you think. They're just generally not. Right. But anyway, you tried to put me in prison. There is one party that will send the third world criminals back home. Restore Britain. Beautiful. Looks like Reform have censored Rupert's reply. Would be an awful shame if you all reposted it. Yeah, it's beautiful. We'll give that a little repost and a little like. Oh. Don't know if we can. Right, yeah, that's the man. That really is. You know, and all this shit with Prince Andrew, I'm glad to see someone else, Peter Mandelson, arrested by police. Oh, that's good. That's good. But, you know, the way they just... Oh, let's watch this. I like Jeremy Clarkson. It'd be good if he actually got into some sort of politic sort of stuff, because he's very stand up straight, say what he believes in, and have a little joke sometimes, and those jokes are good. It's more of a manly joke. You know, it is. It is. But look, honestly, Restore, I think, is the one. It generally is. Let's have a little look at... The one thing that Restore Britain hasn't specifically said, which I'd like them to, or haven't seen yet, I might not have seen it, there's a lot, you know, there's a lot going on, is to cancel out Palantir. Because Palantir is an Israeli company that feeds off all our information, and it's going to fuck us. If it hasn't fucked us already, which it probably has somehow, it will. If we ever get a shortage of medicine or certain things, believe me, right, America and Israel, right, which is USA, remember, USA, it's the same thing, they will rip us off. There's plenty of other things they can do, okay, there's so many things. They know exactly what we can do, what we have, our abilities, our limitations, That's not right. They should not know. They should not know that. It's within our interest. It's within our, you know, it's a secret, you know. And at the minute, America still dictates, USA still dictates how much oil we can hold, our reserves and shit. And it's not a lot. It's not a lot. And it's a bit pathetic. And I think we need to be mining in British Antarctica, all that fucking lovely mineral, right? And I think the only reason we're not is because the people who carried out the surveys and the people doing all this, they're basically USA, okay? They're Jews from the United States that don't want us to be more powerful than America. That is 100% the case. But yeah, whatever. You know, it'd be great if we get in, Rupert Lowe gets in, we sort all this shit out, we get back on track running, the ecosystem's all good, and then, let me add to that actually, we get the military up and running amazingly. Our military has to be immaculate for us to be able to do this. But then we start putting pressure on all the other countries to either do what their people want, which is stop all the trans stuff, you know, stop all the immigration and go to sort of their old school way of living. But at the same time, we get all our fucking money back because Africa owes us a shitload of money, right? We were giving them money for reparations and shit like that. But their leaders just spent it on themselves. So either we topple their regimes and actually help the general public out there, or we get our fucking money back. France, we should be going to war with France right now. They have ripped us fucking off, okay? But obviously France, in the EU, with the EU, it's just, they're all tied into that USA. That's the way it is. They follow the influence, follow the policies. They want it to seem like Europe and Trump are on two different sides, but they're not. They're on the same side, okay? They generally are. They just make it seem like all this hoo-ha, or whatever, but they are generally on the same side. As far as we know, there's no change in that. Now, vote for the real deal. Elon backing it. Here's the thing, a lot of people moan at Elon. Oh, he's this, he's that, he's left wing, he's right wing. He does certain things. He has not blocked anyone. Nick Fuentes, says a few things about him because he works with Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel's a fucking asshole. And he's backed by all the Jewish companies in America, which he has to be. He has to be, unfortunately. But look, he's not kicked anyone off. I think behind the scenes, Elon is actually fighting all these billionaires and saying no. He's just saying no. Now, I generally think he's a good guy. I think we need him. Without him, without X, we'd be all clueless. We would be all clueless. Simple as that. So yeah, restores what we're going for. There you go. This is what I want to show some of these dumb fucking black people, because honestly, fuck all. And you blame the white man. Oh, the white man. Shut the fuck up. The white man literally does nothing. Unless you talk about Russia, then I'd say, yeah, fair enough. You got us. But let's have a look, right? So this is in Africa. Now, in Africa, there's still a lot of propaganda that the white man. In South Africa, it's a bit weird. There was a lot of fucking whites who sort of took the piss, really. But we have fuck all to do with Africa, okay? The people raping and pillaging and making slaves is literally Russia, China, Arab nations or Arab cults, okay? And Jewish USA companies. They are Jewish companies, but obviously because it's through America, it's just labelled as USA, but USA, sorry. But yeah, there's loads of shit on here, man. But, all this fucking slavery. I mean, China's quite bad. I would say China, they don't make it look like slavery. I would say it's probably just as big as the Arab slave trade, And it's weird because they don't I mean, all right, there's not a lot of white people there or other ethnicities, but they don't seem to take white people as slaves for some reason. They don't see us as whatever they see black people as. Yeah. There's a lot of fucking shit. Let's have a look. So, I mean, all this is going on. China, yeah, China's got it locked down. Really, China's got it locked down very well. Because it just looks like they're all fucking forced to work. When really, you know, it's all kids there. The kids go into the mines. They pay them with food. That's what Russia does as well. Whereas with the Arabs, they literally just grab them and go, yeah, you come with us. Basically. But Restore Britain could be the one. It's the closest thing we fucking got. There's nothing else. And you know who I see come out of fucking nowhere and claim that she's on our side, the people's side, is Liz Truss, saying she's done everything for us, right? Listen, Liz Truss, you stupid fucking bitch. We will give you a chance, right, to come back to our side. All you have to do is forfeit the pension that you got given for doing fuck all in office, or whatever you want to call it, our parliament or whatever. You did fuck all, you went there for a few months, fucked about, and you got the pension. You shouldn't have that. Give it back. Don't take it, you know. We'll accept you. I'll accept you. You'll be part of it. You can be. You still can be, but just decline the fucking pension that you don't fucking deserve. While we all have to slave away and get a shitty pension. You get, what, 40 grand a year? When you, what, served for, like, what, 3 months? And did fuck all. Just bent over. Honestly, you're a silly bitch. Honestly. What I love about Rupert is the way he says we should bring back capital punishment. We should. We have been fed a standard that we need to be nice to criminals, right? We've been fed a standard that if I stab your mum, right, I go to jail and you have to pay for my food. You have to pay. For me, I stabbed your mum, but you've got to pay for my food. You got to pay for my Xbox. You got to pay for my lovely warm clothes, my warm cell. It's stupid. It's stupid. We should bring back some harsh punishment. Absolutely. Get rid of it. Stop making fucking families pay for their daughters who have been raped and killed. It's stupid. Yeah, I love it, man. Honestly. You know what I have seen now is a lot of people going at some of the foreigners who are 100% on our side. You know, people like that fucking Sikh. I can't even think of his name. Based in Bougie. You know, these are good people. I generally think these are good people. They're out on the streets and they're saying, no, we love England how it is. We don't want it to be all this fucking third world shit. Look, have they made it 100% clear that they've pledged allegiance? No. Here's what I want. I want any foreigner, and it can only be up to a certain percent relative to our percent. So if, you know, English people are 98% of the population, obviously foreigners could only be 2%. If our numbers go up, their numbers can go up a slight extent. It is limited. If our numbers go down, their numbers go down. Okay, so we're never a minority. That's what I believe should happen. But all those people that do live here, you pledge allegiance, and I don't want us to think that's just a word. That's just, you know, nothing. You just say it and you get in. No. You pledge a fucking allegiance or you fuck off. And whether we send you to a new gulag that we make in Rwanda, because they owe us a shitload of money, maybe we say to them, look, just build us this jail. You know, don't give them nothing, don't give them no food. Maybe chuck them a bit of bread and they can fight between themselves. you know, if we do that, then I think it'd be beautiful. I do. I think we need to bring back capital punishment, public shaming. You know, if you rape a load of little kids, you should be exposed. And you know what? This is, a lot of people say, oh, you know, there's bad white rapists, there's bad Muslim rapists. You know, stop demonising the Muslim rapists and grooming gangs. They say stop demonising the Pakistani grooming gangs. We're all equal, we all got bad in us. Here's the thing, here's the difference, right? And lately, only lately, where, boss? You have seen Muslims come out and say, you know, look, if they rape kids, of course we're against that. After 10 years, they finally started saying something because they can fucking, you know, like Guz Khan and that other white convert, because they can see the tides turning. They said something, but they still haven't said their names by name. So all the Pakistani grooming gangs, they haven't named them. They haven't said their names because they're top boys in the mosque. They're top boys. They're top gangsters. So they're scared. In the white community or the black community, we're smash their windows. We're call them out by name. We're call them scumbags. We're spit on them, and that's the difference. They won't do that. They won't do that. They won't call out